before we move on to the 22 defense, we can't dismiss or not give homage to what happened in 2021. Opening night against Clemson. I know Clemson struggled offensively last year. I know that they weren't the team that they had been on that side of the ball before, but they still have Clemson athletes. And Georgia from week one, play one, series one, just lived in the opponent's backfield. That game obviously stood out, and of course they win it on a pick six. The other game was the Arkansas game. And then Arkansas, had turned in already some good efforts against good teams, and then proved after that to be a top 15 team in the country. And watching that game and just seeing where, okay, Arkansas, they scored 51 points the next week at Ole Miss. And they were a really good team. And Georgia just didn't even allow them to run their plays most of the time. And I thought that the Arkansas game is the one that sold me is this defense is going to be devastating this year. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time.
Yeah, that was probably one of my all-time favorite games, even over the national championship, just because of that dominant defensive performance and them holding Arkansas, who was coming in with a ton of offensive production, and holding them to absolutely nothing. And to shut out back-to-back SEC opponents is an even bigger accomplishment, even if it was Vanderbilt. To be able to do something like that is absolutely incredible. And I mean, you could probably mirror that defense to the 2011 Alabama one. That was, I think, 8 or 9 points a game. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but to see a defense kind of shut down opponents, no matter what kind of offense that they threw at them, was absolutely incredible. It's just dumbfounded how much each week went by and you continue to get impressed, and you're still like, okay, well, you were almost waiting for that moment of, this is the game that, okay, we'll see the weak point, which we did against Alabama in the SEC championship, but then they adjusted and made things happen in the national championship. And so it just comes down to, a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work, and that discipline that Kirby Smart's won out of them, and them playing as one whole unit. That camaraderie and all of that came from last spring really paid off in the long run. But it's crazy because people are like, oh, Georgia lost so many people, but there's I think 16 guys on the team that have taken more than 70 snaps and are rated graded 70 or higher on PFF. So Georgia's reloading, and it's really exciting. But that 2021 defense is going to go down as probably one of the best in history. And you got to think about it with the modern football and how football is today, probably the best since it kind of made that evolution into what football is. And so that's a pretty good title to have. And then to win a national championship, it definitely solidified it too. If not, there's probably some arguments there, but that championship win definitely gave that defense the best title, at least in my opinion.